like we all know, we opted for ITECHWORLD for the battery system, and you can see in here, there's my ladder, and we've also back and forth a million questions. I'm doing it now. This is my new shirt. Well, welcome to another episode of DNA. I'm going to do a little bit of a Canopy review on what's worked, what hasn't worked, would we change it, a few different mods I've done to it. I've had a few people ask about how it's going, so instead of back and forth with a million questions, I'm doing it now. Look at my new shirt. So I've got a heap of these, so it won't be a dirty one you see every time. I just got a heap of them. Right, we'll start on this side. Or do you want to start? Well, we'll start the other side. One lock. So, like we all know, we opted for ITECHWORLD for the battery system. Yes, we've had dramas with it, but not all of it. The 2000 watt inverter is working really well. The battery is really good. We all know that the DC to DC didn't work. It worked for a little bit and then just give up the ghost. But I've had two of those, and that's the second time that's happened. So I'm not ever having another one of them again. BUSHMAN fridge. It's good as in size, but its main problem is it's nice and cold up the top, but down the bottom it's not. But I've also, when you open it, cans fall out sometimes. Let's see. No. So what I've done, little freezer. So the coldest two spots of the fridge is here. So they're the drinks we have, and then we just rotate them up. At least when we put stuff in the bottom now, it doesn't freeze. So the other thing we had to do to stop these cans falling out is we bought these things from Kmart. So you get 9 cans in it. So then I had to cut a couple. See, like this one here, cut the edges off so that they can actually get all 3 in. So I can fit the cans in there, and if you don't put the stubby holder on, you don't put a stubby holder on the last can, they tend to jump out. That just helps hold it in a little bit better. So it's been good as in it holds a lot. So on preference, would I have this again? Probably not. It's great, it hasn't let us down, it uses no power, like around that 3 to 3.3 amps an hour when it's running. When it's not running, obviously nothing. So the convenience of having a bigger fridge, but not as cold as we had the Evercool fridge before. But it all comes down to money. 2 Evercool fridges was going to cost us nearly 3 grand, or a bit over 3 grand. This was 1,600 bucks. 130 litres against 2 fridges that equal 80 litres. That's why we went with that. But we'll talk about something else when we get around the other side. Power point is for the inverter, so we can just plug stuff in there and turn it on. Kmart air fryer, it's big enough for, and I've got pies in here for lunch today. 2 pies, takes about 15 minutes. drawer. This is pretty good. Nice big table. This is our kitchen side. The only thing that sort of, for us, I haven't got enough room at the back. Because it's so big, you've got to... There's not enough room for... I like to put my chairs there, and I like to have open space. Yes, there are other things, but I think this whole fit out for this canopy was... just in the sun there, babe. The whole fit out for the canopy was 20 grand for the canopy, and then everything that's in it cost us about $7,000 or $8,000 in total, so $28,000, which I think is, we did look at all the big name brand ones, but they were a little bit out of our price range. If we had to spent the money on that, like we looked at one and it was 80 grand. Yes, it was slightly better appointed, but still had the same fridge. But you know, an extra $50,000. Now, so, and the other factor was, this could be made in 8 weeks. The other ones were 8 months, and we needed to get on the road. Now, so one of the biggest questions people are asking is dusting. What's the dust like in this van, in this canopy? The biggest thing is, it did dust from the beginning. Nick will show you here. All they done is they cut that out and just pot riveted in and didn't put any silicone under it. So I've actually put a little film of silicone around it. And the channels, which is hard to see, but a little bit of dust did come in from there when we first started, but as you see it now is how it is. I get more dust because I leave the doors open, but even when you look up here, you can see dust on the bottom, but above the seal it's nice and clean. So the other thing is, doesn't leak. No water, we have no water ingress. A little bit of dust there, but I reckon I get more dust in it because I leave the bloody thing open. If we whiz around the other side, I'll show you the new, one of the new additions. Now, you're standing something. Because of the Bushman fridge doesn't have a freezer, and we struggled a bit when we're off grid a long time, or if we run into town to get stuff, you're an hour away, there's nowhere to put your frozen stuff. So got a King's one, $179 for a 30 litre fridge freezer. It's running at, I run it at -10, and I tell you what, it's working really good. Oh, that good. It's got a good seal on it, everything in it. So what we do is, when we buy all our stuff, it comes into here, and then if the peas run out in the caravan freezer, we'll take it out of here, but doesn't come back. So it's more like our storage system. The other thing I did add into this canopy was we got another solar panel, a 300 XTM BCF, and it come with a 30 amp. I might need to do that. Come with this 30 amp controller. So what I've done, I've taken the solar that I've got on the roof, I've taken it out of the DC to DC, which we went to the ENERDRIVE one. I took it out of that and put it into that. So when we're driving, I'm still getting my solar in as well as charge from the alternator, which leaves me a free little Anderson plug here off the ENERDRIVE one. So when we pull up, now that we're running a freezer, you know, if we're pulled up for a couple of days, I just put that other panel out and we have no problems with keeping enough power. So it's been really good. Like I said, a better drawer system would have been better. I would have liked a set of drawers that went up, so all my tools were, yeah, it's pretty messy. All my tools were in one spot, and then left a big open space on the floor. But it's working, you know. You get what you pay for, but as far as everything else, it's been really good. Oh, we did put these strip lights in, was another thing. So we got one on the door and one here, which operate off this switch. So Nick will show you the lights when I push the switch. So even if you get to turn them off, they go off anyway. And it does have a red light for the bugs. Everything else is in here, stays nice and clean. We've got 40 litres of water there and 25 litres in that container. But I did score a ladder. It's an old ladder, but it works, and it's high enough so I can get up on the stand up on the side of the caravan and clean the solar panels. The problem is we didn't have anywhere to put it, and Nick didn't like it on the back of the caravan. She said it looked like crap. So when we brought this Canopy, I didn't opt for a tunnel drawer. So this is what we've done. This was filled in, or like was bolted in, so I've unbolted it. And if you can see in here, there's my ladder. And we've also put a 150mm water pipe in there, or PVC pipe, and we've run it down to this tap. Has a breather, works really well. So I'll just show you how this works. Just a strap to hold it in. And if you look in here, what we've done is we just made up these two channels or brackets, and the one at the end there is at a certain size, so when you push the ladder in, it jams in. It won't go any more forward than that, and then we strap it on there, stops it running. But that's probably a better view of that water tank there now. So that holds nearly 40 litres of water, and we just plumbed it into here. So now what do we got? 4 jerry cans, 80 litres, plus that's 120 litres, and then the other one on inside there's another 25 litres, so 145 litres. And I did score another 20 litre square container, so I might get rid of all the little milk crates, milk cartons, and have that instead. So that gives us nearly 150 litres of water, which will give us another, which will almost fill up our tanks again. So I think we've got 2 90s in the caravan, so that's worked out really good for us. Strap around it. If I can see without the sun on my eyes. How cool is that? I think that whole setup cost me about, I'll put them on in a sec, less than $100, but my cousin Craig helped me. So he's this is the whole reason we're sort of here. Remember we were saying we'll explain why we come to Molong sooner than we thought. He needed a hand with a job. I managed to score myself a couple of weeks work. So we will explain that in the next video of what we done and where it was, and we'll go from there. The other good thing, look, not that key, that key opens every single one. Opens that lock, one on the other side plus the other two. So we don't really use these, but as you can see, that one's empty, and you can see that the dust is stuck behind the rubber, not on the inside. This one, I think this one's got something in it. Again, just a snatch strap, but you can see the dust is not in there, it's on the outside of the rubber. Again, a bit more recovery gear. And this one here, not that we've even used it yet, but that one holds the air compressor. So not more space than we needed, and I'm glad now that I didn't get the tunnel drawer, because I would have nowhere to put my ladder. So in ending this, we will, am I happy with it? Yep. Would I change anything? Just those back bits. Like I said, the spare wheel I'd move to the center, move that to the center, remove that, because if I want to go a bigger tire, Nick, if I want to go a bigger tire, it's, this is 33, if I want to put a 35, it's not going to fit. So ideally that would be better in the middle. Get rid of the ladder, put another jerry can on that side, one for AdBlue, one for diesel, and I think that's about it. So like and subscribe, and if you see us out on the road, stop us for a chat. We're always up for a chat, and any questions, comment down below, and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya, bye.